The San Francisco 49ers are at a pivotal crossroads as they consider bolstering their roster, and a tantalizing opportunity has just emerged with Kenny Moore hitting the free agency market after his release from the Indianapolis Colts. As a fan, you have to wonder, should the 49ers bring in Moore to spark competition at nickelback against Upton Stout? Where are you watching from? Share your thoughts in the comments. Kenny Moore, a name that has been synonymous with solid nickelback play, is now available after the Colts granted his release following his request. This decision was not a reflection of any rift between Moore and the Colts. Rather, it was a mutual respect move from the organization, allowing him the freedom to find a new home. The Colts explored trade options but found no suitable partners, which raises the question, could the 49ers be the perfect fit for Moore's talents? Analyzing the situation, there are compelling reasons why Moore could make sense in San Francisco. He's not just a veteran presence. He's a player who has consistently performed at a high level since entering the league as an undrafted free agent in 2017. Moore's experience and skill set would undoubtedly ramp up the competition for Stout, who has shown promise but struggled early in the last season. Stout eventually found his rhythm, especially during the latter part of the year, and Pro Football Focus has even touted him as a breakout candidate for 2026. However, the introduction of a player like Moore could be a double-edged sword. While it would push Stout to elevate his game, there's a legitimate risk involved. If Moore were to lose out to Stout, the 49ers could be left with an expensive backup who might not be too pleased with the situation. That's a slippery slope. Do they really want to pay a veteran nickelback top dollar to sit on the bench? Another significant factor to consider is Moore's age and injury history. As he approaches 31, he hasn't completed a full season since 2021, and while the injuries haven't been catastrophic, they raise concerns about his durability moving forward. The 49ers have to weigh the potential of Stout against the risks associated with bringing in an older player who has had his share of nicks and bruises recently. Yet, on the flip side, if Moore would outperform Stout, the 49ers would have a seasoned starter at nickel. They could ensure quality depth behind him without breaking the bank. It's a risk-reward scenario that the front office must navigate carefully. Moreover, Moore has a connection with Matt Eberflus, the 49ers' defensive assistant head coach, who coached him during some of his best years with the Colts. This familiarity could help seamlessly integrate Moore into the San Francisco defensive scheme. Ultimately, the decision rests on how the 49ers value the development of Stout versus the immediate stability that Moore could provide. Rolling the dice on Stout could pay off, but the 49ers must also consider if they can afford to let a player of Moore's caliber slip through their fingers. The stakes are high in this decision-making process, and while it's not a make-or-break situation, it certainly has the potential to shape the defensive strategy moving forward. Now, as we transition to the next topic, let's keep that energy flowing and delve into another crucial aspect of the 49ers' offseason strategy. This is just the beginning of a critical period for the team, and every move counts. The buzz around the San Francisco 49ers just got a whole lot louder with the stunning addition of veteran wide receiver Mike Evans. Klay Kubiak, the team's offensive coordinator, was just as surprised as the fans and media when he found out about the signing, learning about it in real time as the news broke on ESPN. Kubiak expressed his excitement, saying, "We were ecstatic and fired up. Obviously, we had a plan. We evaluated him and had intentions to want to sign him, and we talked about it. But just to get it done was incredible." What does this mean for the 49ers? The wide receiver room has seen significant turnover this offseason, with key players like Jauan Jennings and Kendra Bourne leaving and Brandon Ayuk also expected to move on. The addition of Evans injects a much-needed veteran presence into this group, one that has lost some of its familiarity. As fans, we can't help but feel a wave of optimism, knowing that the team is making strategic moves to bolster the roster ahead of what promises to be a competitive season. Entering his 13th NFL season, Evans has built a career that many would envy. With over a decade of exceeding 1,000 receiving yards in each of his first 11 seasons, save for a year marred by injuries, his track record speaks for itself. Kubiak emphasized these credentials, pointing out Evans' elite competitiveness and his ability to beat defenders, stating, "He's a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He's a one-on-one matchup that you could take advantage of when he's on the field." This kind of talent is not just an upgrade. It's a game changer for the 49ers offense. Kubiak's remarks on how they plan to utilize Evans within Kyle Shanahan's intricate offensive scheme are equally reassuring. He insists that Evans will be used in the manner that has made him successful throughout his career, while also hinting at the potential to unlock even more from him as he integrates into the team. We're going to use him the way he's been used his whole career, and hopefully get a few more things out of him too, Kubiak said. This kind of adaptability is essential, especially in a dynamic offense like ours, where every weapon counts. Let's not overlook the leadership Evans brings to the table. In a roster that has been in flux, having a player with his experience and red zone threat ability immediately elevates the entire unit. He not only provides skill, but also the kind of veteran savvy that can help younger players learn and grow. This is a crucial factor that can't be understated, especially in high-pressure situations where experience often makes the difference. As we gear up for the season, it's clear that the 49ers are committed to maximizing their offensive potential. The excitement around Evans' signing is palpable, and rightfully so. His addition not only fills a gap, but potentially transforms the offensive landscape for the upcoming season. Now, as we transition to our next topic, let's keep the discussion going. What do you think about Mike Evans joining the 49ers? Where are you watching from? And how do you feel about this signing? Your opinions matter, so leave your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned as we dive into the next piece of news surrounding our beloved 49ers. What does the future hold for De'Zhaun Stribling in the 49ers offense? Fans are buzzing with excitement after San Francisco made a bold move by selecting the Ole Miss wide receiver with the number 33 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. But was this a gamble, or is there method to the madness? I want to know where you're watching from and your thoughts on Stribling's potential. Leave your comments below. As we dive deeper into the implications of this pick, it's essential to recognize that many analysts were quick to label this selection as a reach. Several higher-ranked wide receivers were still on the board when the 49ers called Stribling's name. Yet, the front office clearly sees something special in him that aligns perfectly with head coach Kyle Shanahan's offensive philosophy. Stribling's standout trait, as highlighted by scouts and coaches alike, is his blocking ability, which is no small feat in Shanahan's system. This is a team that prides itself on a physical, run-heavy attack, and having a receiver who can contribute in the blocking game is invaluable. Offensive coordinator Klay Kubiak emphasized this as he spoke to the media ahead of the rookie minicamp. His remarks underscored the importance of Stribling learning the fundamentals and gradually adapting to the NFL level, a process that requires patience. Kubiak laid out a clear roadmap for Stribling. Short term, you got to go day by day with anybody, any new player. You got to teach them the offense. They got to learn everything from the ground up. This is a reality check that all rookies face, but it's crucial as they transition into a league that demands excellence at every position. But let's not lose sight of the long-term vision laid out by Kubiak, who painted a picture of Stribling as a multifaceted weapon within the offense. He's a big, fast, powerful football player, Kubiak noted. With his skill set, Stribling has the potential to elevate the offense not just as a receiver, but as a complete football player who can impact the game in various ways. The 49ers are banking on Stribling developing into a dynamic threat alongside quarterback Brock Purdy. Moreover, Stribling's designation as one of the 49ers' gold helmet prospects speaks volumes about the team's confidence in his potential. This honor is bestowed upon players who exemplify the franchise's highest standards in athletic ability, football IQ, and character. Kubiak's comment about Stribling being a pro and all about the right things reinforce the idea that San Francisco is not just looking for talent, but for individuals who embody the team's ethos. As we look to the future, the 49ers have a clear plan: nurture Stribling's talents, ease him into the offense, and ultimately transform him into a versatile playmaker. This is a strategy that could pay dividends, especially if they can integrate him effectively into a system that fosters growth for young players. So what does this mean for the 49ers moving forward? With Stribling in the mix, the potential for a more explosive offense is palpable. However, it also brings a layer of pressure on both the coaching staff and the rookie himself. Expectations will be high, and the spotlight will shine bright as fans eagerly anticipate how quickly he can adapt and contribute. As we wrap up today's insights into the 49ers draft strategy and the future of De'Zhaun Stribling, I invite you to share your thoughts. How do you feel about this pick? Is Stribling the answer to bolstering our receiving core? Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates and comment below with your opinions on the direction of the San Francisco 49ers. Let's keep the conversation going as we gear up for what promises to be an exciting season ahead.